Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 where we're going to be completing the crab. We are going to be using navy blue, eggplant, deep purple, lavender and pastel purple. So if we get any further than the crab today, then we may go on to some of the pearls, but for the majority of this video it is going to be just the crab. So let's zoom in and let's get started on that. Let's just get the focus good on this and clear. Okay, so that's pretty good there. So first of all I'm going to go in with navy blue, and this is where I'm going to colour. I'm going to start with the crab's claw here. We're going to go all around the edges with the crab, but with the navy blue on the claw. And this is going to be more like a edging, shadowing colour for the picture. So everywhere there's like a deep dark shadow is where I'm going to add this in. So I'm going to bring a bit of that out on this one, just a little bit here. It's going to be more like a, you just see bits of this, not all of it. And then this section of the crab here will be darker. Okay, so all round the edge of the crab here is going to be this darker blue. And where you can see where Monja's put a bit of dark just here is where I want the blue on my picture. It also helps make that mother of pearl that I've done pop that little bit more. And just a little bit here. Majority of it is going to be the purples rather than this blue, but I just wanted to introduce some of this blue into the top bit as well. And then all these dark sections that's going up around these balls, or pearls should we say. Come out slightly in these places. So I like mapping these areas out when I'm doing my colouring, just so I know where I'm going with the other colours. So I'm going to flick some just in between there. There's another leg just underneath here, so there's quite a dark shadow between the two legs. Quite a rough textured shadow, so that's what I'm going to keep mine to. So we've got some darker here as well. Run that along there a little bit. I'm just trying to see where that leg comes up. There we go. Take that round there. And a bit darker here. It's always good to map out. It's like when you do your skin tones and you map out your highlights first. Or some may go in with the lowlights and map the lowlights out first. That's basically all you're doing with this bit. I'm just going to do all this side in this video because most likely this other side I'll do off camera if needs be. Just depends how much we get through on this one. So I'll come back to the claws later. So this bit I'm just going to put kind of some texture lines in because there is some light hitting that, so I don't want to do too much. Same with this bit here, and then we get back to some decent shadows here. I'll do that other back claw later. Still using navy blue. So this bit's quite a dark shadow here. Coming round into this. I'm flicking that out there. It's quite a bit of textured edge that's in the claw, so we're not doing that bit just yet. Okay, and I think for that edge I put the colours in I want to use for navy blue. So next up is eggplant. I've kept these two pencils really sharp, as you could see, and this is just because we're going to be doing a lot of detail work with these. So let's just put that eggplant where you can see it. What I'm going to do with eggplant is just again all that detail that we've seen so far. We're going to follow Monja's sketch lines with deep purple. I'm not being shy with my pressure, I'm pressing on a little bit because when I put the other colours over I need this to show up. for all these texture lines is what I want to go in to the crab. Yes, it kind of feels like we're doing a lot of sketching at the moment. But it's just going to keep that texture in there that we need, because I don't want him being flat. He needs to have the texture and the colour in. And then corners where we put that blue line, I'm just going to blend that out a little bit. It's kind of, just call it an extension from the blue. Again, just blending that out there. And same with this section here. Just blending that pencil out. It's really good because Monja puts quite a lot of good texture in her pages, which helps a million when it comes to doing realistic drawing like this. You need these points of areas in. I'm trying to think if that's part of a claw. It's a very funny shape looking claw. I think I might have put a line of colour in where I shouldn't have really. So where that blue is, just bringing this eggplant out a little bit more. And then the same in this one. So I'm kind of blending that out, but then putting the flicks in where we need to as well. So we should be getting some kind of effect like this now. It's starting to look like the colours coming along nicely. And then just bits of the texture in. just put them lines in, just flick in. Hopefully once we've got all them sections in, the markings that we want to need in, that's a claw there. It looks like there's another bit of a leg here, but I don't know what that'd be part of. That claw disappears behind this one. That claw's there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You only have 8 legs. I don't know. So I'm just going to keep going. So putting in the texture where the textured parts are, and then blending out that dark blue line. I'm just going to sharpen this pencil in a second because I need to keep this quite sharp for all this textured parts that I'm putting in. So all here again, putting these textured parts in. Again, just blending out that blue line. I will come in with that blue a bit more later as well, just for more shading effect. I've just got this last foot to do before I move on to the next colour. So let's blend that line out that we've done. The same all around here. That was bizarre. So I'm flicking this bit here, and then we'll blend these out here. This line ever so slightly. There we go, can stay there. And that's the claw. Don't want to do the claw yet. Okay, and then we're moving down to our next colour, which is deep purple. And then I'm just going to blend out from that into this. And I'm not going to press on too heavy with this because I want the other colours to come through. I haven't decided yet what we're doing with these clawy bits inside as of yet. I'm just going to leave it at that in there. It's just going to be the in-between colour. No doubt we'll be layering up over this in a minute. But for the inner part of the leg here I won't be. I need to keep that dark. It's not really in the light very much. This bit is, because it's slightly bigger. But I'm literally just going to put a tiny little edge around that there. And then same here. Just going in between the eggplant with deep purple. Same on this side. My aim is to have like a bluey purpley, purple pink haze to the crab. So this bit again is totally in shadow. I might leave a little tiny bit out at the bottom there. And same on this side. And same up here. Just going in slightly with deep purple. In between all these. And same in here. And then this section we're going in between all these. This one's quite a heavily textured area. I hope this crab comes out how I want it. Got this vision in my head and I can see the crab. It's just whether my colouring comes out the way I see it in my head. This one can be all dark. And then this one I just want predominantly this part dark, with a tiny bit of it on this side. Okay, next is lavender. I'll do the claws in a bit last. Like I said, we'll be layering up with this anyway. I'm going to go in between all of these with this. Would be cool if I seen a crab this colour in real life. Mother of pearl body. It would look amazing. I'm going over the layers like what I did with the previous colour. And then the same on this side. I'll go in between here with that. And then towards the back. So it's just that front section there that will be lighter in that part. Just ever so slightly in between these. And each time I go in with the new colour, I'm going slightly over the last colour, so we are layering it up. And then last that onto pastel purple. I'm just going to fill in all them gaps there. Just help with that transition. Will help when I come in a second with the layers again. I'm just going over all these sections now. There we go. Just this bit. And there. So I'm just going to come back in with the last colour I used, which was lavender. And just try and blend some of that back out again. Because lavenders are quite a heavy, creamy colour. I just want to blend off that edge a little bit. So once I've done all them bits of blending in, I'm going to move back up then to deep purple. And I'm going to work again, just in the scumbling motion, back over them areas I've done. That just helps with them layers and gets rid of any white areas that might have been left. They're gorgeous, these colours though. So nice. And then back with eggplant. I'm just going to emphasise these lines that we're putting again. And then the textures we may have had, I'm just bringing them back in. I don't want them disappearing in with all the other colours. I want them to be standing out. make it look really cool. Okay, and then I'm coming back in with navy blue. And then I'm just going to blend some of these into them areas that we've used it. Trying to get some of that glare off. Because it kind of spoils. There we go, that's a bit better there, isn't it? So I put navy blue there in the top corner. Makes it a lot easier. So what I'm doing with this now is everywhere I think that the shadow would cast, I'm taking this a bit darker. I'm also going to add some black into this as well. Let me just jump in again with eggplant a little bit here, just to, I think it's a bit too blue there. Let's just jump back to navy blue. I'll flick some blue in there. Need that blue in here as well. Not dark enough here. I just need some in here as well. So for that texture I was talking about earlier on. And this is where I said you need to keep your sharp pencil. So you need to add this in where you see fit too. That's looking good. So keeping with eggplant, need to do his claw. Oh, eggplant. I'm using the wrong one. I want eggplant in all these places here. So the claw's going to have smooth areas, but then not so smooth areas. So we'll add in this in with the colour, with the navy blue and the eggplant. This is going to give us the texture that is required for the claw. In between here, just kind of scribbling it on like you've seen me do with scales and stuff before. Okay, so once you've got all them markings in, I go to deep purple. And I kind of just run along here. Let me just get that a bit sharper. So everywhere I've just put the eggplant is where I'm going to add the deep purple. Kind of just blending all them together. So I'm just going to go all the way around these edges, just blending it in, because what I want to do with this is kind of make it like a marble effect. So all along where I put eggplant, I'm just going to run it all along each one edges of that, but I want it to look quite broken up in places, so you get loads of flashes of darks and lights throughout this claw. So I'm not doing it in any neat kind of pattern, as you can see. I'm just kind of putting it where I think it needs it. So the under edge of the claw there, I've done it quite dark. And then I'm just going to come up to the top here and just go around the edges of these eggplant lines that I've put in. Just leaving enough gap, because I know I've got to fit 2 more colours in this gap here. So last little bits of deep purple here along the top. Just some along the bottom here as well. A little bit down here. And just run back up the middle there. I think I'm just about ready now for the next colour. The next colour is lavender, and again I'm just going to go around them edges of deep purple. I might not go everywhere here. I'm just going to put bits of this around because my space is getting less and I want to have them nice highlighted areas as well. So I'm just leaving them little gaps in the middle. And hopefully I get the effect that I've got in my head. Because if I don't have the effect I've got in my head, then it's not going to look right. So I'm trying to make it look like what I've got. So can you see now how there's like a marble effect pattern going on there? So I'm going to change over now to the last colour, which is pastel purple. And I'm going to fill in them white gaps I've left first. As you can see there. Just go over each one of them. All in that middle section where I've left them white bits out. Just down the bottom here. And just this last little bit here at the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to go over the whole claw with pastel purple like a blender or a burnisher. I'm going to press in hard here and really rub all them colours together, and it'll give us a nice little like marble effect on that claw with nice little deep areas of colour and bright light areas of colour, and it'll look really, really good contrast against the purple skin of the legs, and this is just to give it a bit of added extra. So once everywhere's covered there, I think I'm happy with that. So just for speed purposes of this video, because I don't want it to be a mega long video, from now on I'm just going to finish the claws, but I'm going to speed this up and put it to some music. So if you don't want to listen to the music, by all means mute it. Press the settings cog on the video and slow the video resolution down, and you can watch it in real time, or you can keep it at the sped up version. But this is just to keep the video down. I'm going to be doing the same colours, I'm just going to be colouring in the claws, so just follow what I'm doing with the colours that I've used already. So I'm going to start with navy blue, and I'm going to speed this up now until I've finished the other side of the crab. So I'll be back at the end of the video. Just enjoy. Okay, so for this next bit now, I'm going to go in between the leg joints and I'm going to do the mother of pearl, the green colours, because I don't want to use the purple colours in this section. So I'm going to do just the blue and green in these, just so they stand out nice in between. So I'm going to start off with snow, and I'm just going to pop that in each of them areas, in the centre where the highlight goes, on all of them joints on each of the legs. Some of them are quite small. And then the next colour I'm going to use is peppermint, and I'm going to go over, sorry, not peppermint, green slime, and I'm going to go over each of the edges of snow with this, and this is just to give that white just a bit of a green cast. I'm just going to make sure I've done all of them. And the next colour I'm going to use then is Sky. Sorry, I just found a spot there where I needed to put grey pin. Sorry, one of the purple colours I've missed a bit. So now I'm going in with Sky. And these are on the edges of each of them joints. I'm just going to either edge of that joint with this on each one. I'm sorry, I'm covering up a bit here with my hand, just small sections, but you can see what I'm doing here. And once I've done all of them sections, I'm just going to take Grape, which is a dark blue, purple, almost purple, and I'm just going to flick some of that in, just to give it some definition for the mother of pearl bits. I'm going to flick that in each one of them, just a tiny little bit, nothing major, maybe 1 or 2 flicks either side, as you can see what I'm doing here. Flick, 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 flick. And once I've done that on all of them, I'm going to get my little Derwent blender, and I'm going to blend each one of them. Just need to give this a little quick sharpen. I'll just mute you while you do that. And just give them a good blend together. And it gives us that lovely mother of pearl effect. This is the very light green version. Oh, there goes another flying tip. Won't be me without the tip gone. Shellarte, breaker of tips, slayer of names, and gob on legs. So there you have it. That's our crab finished. I am gonna add on a bit of my little pearlised paints on the claws on here, so a bit of the blue and a bit of the purple. So I'm just gonna get my water brush out and just wet off some of these paints, just get them a bit ready for use. And this is just to give the claws a bit of a pearlised shine and just tie in that mother of pearl. I'm going to go over all the little mother of pearl joints and on the claws as well. So just a tiny little bit on each one of them joints. And I just think it gives it that lovely little mother of pearl finish, because I've not been able to get as much detail in these little joints as I have been able to get in the crown. This paint just helps bring that same effect to this part as well. So this is just like a blue pearlised paint that I've got here, and then on the claws I'm going to use the purple pearlised paint. I'm just going to put a bit of that on each claw, and it'll just help give it a bit of shine. If I feel like there's too much, I can just take it off quite easily with water, but I'll have to see what it's like when I've finished putting it all on, see if I need to remove any. But I quite like how it's giving it that shiny look to those claws. Reminds me of the big crab in Moana with all his riches and golds on his back and his neon colours. It reminds me of that, so when it's all finished it's going to look pretty cool. I'm just going to put a bit on this big claw at the top. I'm going to start off with the purple and add little purple flashes throughout the claw, and just a bit at the top here, just a little bit, just for a bit of effect, and on the other little claw on the other side. I'm just going to add a little bit of blue in this as well now as well. And then it just flashes the two different colours then and makes it just look that little bit prettier. I think she's going to look absolutely amazing when she's done. I can't wait to see her and all the pearls done in part 3. And there you have it. That's how that looks, all shimmery and shiny. And that's our lovely purple crab finished. So I'm going to let that dry and then I'll do part 3. Just going to add a little bit actually on these legs, just a tiny little bit more. I think I've just caught some of the shine off it when I've been doing the claw at the top. And there you have it. Oh, look at that shimmer and shine. If you can see it, I can. It looks absolutely beautiful. I love it. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop my little tray away now, and then I will zoom out and give you a good look at it. I love it. Just look at her. She's absolutely stunning, isn't she? So beautiful with all that shimmer and shine, and that crab is just popping. I love it. Look at that shine. Absolutely beautiful. I just love them claws. They look so good. They're all shimmery and shiny. I'm sure it was a magpie in a past life. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today of colouring the crab. I will be doing the pearls and the hair in part 3, sorry. I'm going to do one side of it on video and then the other side of it off video, because it's going to be the same process, so it doesn't matter which side I do on camera and off. You'll get to see it, but then also get to do the dress and the skin. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all on part 3. Bye everyone.